All right, I think we are up and running. All right, so we know it's been a few days. We were gonna come on 2 days ago.
Mm-hmm.
We never did. So we're just gonna do a quick update. We're not gonna be on very long because it's almost time for Sabbath services, and we just want to give a quick update about some of the stuff that we've seen. So after the last conversation, we talked about the coin, and then we were able to bring it up. So what we're gonna do for tomorrow, we'll do a hold on, sorry about that. We'll do a quick we'll do another live tomorrow once Sabbath is over. And so that'll be something we're gonna bring up. We'll get pictures of the coin. That was something we talked about the other day, and we were able to get some pictures of it. Let me see. I have some other things up here too that I thought was interesting. I want to get that article printed off, and we'll go ahead and get some other pictures together for the stuff that we were talking about the other day. So what's on y'all's mind? Anything?
Just wanting to move.
Wanting to move. So we got some exciting news that we are hopefully going to be moving next week. So that is a hallelujah, Holy Ghost. So we'll keep you posted. Next week, we'll just see how it goes. We might not be able to post very much next week, but we'll see. Maybe we can do a couple of intermittent lives of maybe y'all bringing some stuff in, being a good young man. But we're excited because we want to get we're ready to get our homestead started. We're ready to start getting some gardening. It's perfect timing because we still have time to be able to plant some things.
Spring.
So it's perfect. So excuse me, we're gonna try to get that stuff started in the midst of unpacking and getting our house in order finally. Plus we have a bunch of other projects that we have. Gosh, what else? What are we gonna be doing?
Me, Eric will tell you what he's gonna do, but I'm gonna become a blacksmith.
Yes, but what are some immediate projects that are going to be done when we talked about getting some plants going, but before we can even do that, we have to get a garden area ready.
A greenhouse.
So greenhouse is a project. Sheds are a project.
Painting the house.
Painting the house is a project. Chicken coop.
Yeah.
Rabbit cage.
Ferret cage.
Maybe. I don't know about ferrets. We'll see. I don't know.
Sheep.
I don't know about all that. Y'all wait. We gotta figure out chickens first.
Fine. Fine. We want sheep because they're fluffy.
I mean, they're great, but let's learn how to take care of chickens first, and then maybe rabbits, and then we can upgrade.
Yeah, like some of the games you play. Farm together.
Mm-hmm.
Upgrade.
Yeah, we gotta get the little things taken care of first and under control.
Oh yeah, lazy river.
I want to do a lazy river one day. I don't know when we'll be able to get that up, but that's one of my dreams. I want to have a lazy river.
Can we get a pool too? Huh? Possibly.
I don't know. So, Eric wants to get a beehive started. So I think maybe we can get it started this year. At least the area cleared and the setup.
And a range.
So we might not be able to actually start your hive yet this year, but we'll just see. And then we want to do range. Not like a real like
pew pew range, but
right, but like for like air
practicing.
rifles and BB guns, you know, something where y'all can start target practicing. But
we have a whole chest of BB guns and stuff.
yeah.
And a joke.
So yeah, that's gonna be fun because you can finally open. They have some new BB guns I haven't tried yet, so that'll be fun. So the other day we talked about Gnosticism, and for some reason, this word keeps coming up. So it came up when we were talking about apologetics. Remember, it came up in that, and then it came up again in the when we were doing the study the other day, looking up the stuff on that coin. And then today I was looking at something and it came up again. It talked about, I saw something on Walt Disney for some reason, and it was saying that he could, I don't know, they used the word Gnostic in it, which I thought was like, really? Here we go again. So they said that he was like a Mason. Some say he was like a 33rd degree Mason. Some say he was just of some Masonic order of Demolay. I don't know all the differences. It all sounds like like witchcraft and wizardry to me. Which makes sense because what did Walt Disney pride himself in?
Fairy tales.
But what else? Like, what is the biggest thing?
Talking.
What is his biggest, like, what is the thing that comes on all the time when they do the magic wand? What does it say?
The castle? The Disney.
Yeah, but doesn't it say something about
Disney Channel or something like that?
Disney magic?
Oh.
Doesn't it say that?
All the time. Yeah.
Like, everything's magic. And wizards and... So here it is. It says, he was a true modern Gnostic and magician who used his skills to create one of the most successful business enterprises in the history of the world. Let it also be said that Walt Disney was the descendant of English royalty. He came from the Norman bloodline of William the Conqueror. This royal connection must have played a part in his rise to the top of American businesses. So I'll just read this one little last section because I don't even know why I was looking at this, but something came up and I was like, oh, I wanted to look into that a little bit more. I think I was looking at something for Dr. Seuss, and then that came up. So it says the facts are that over the course of history of the United States, most of the top businessmen and politicians were secret Gnostics, Freemasons, Rosicrucians, and Magi, initiates into the secret brotherhood that governed the world by magic, working closely with big business, government, and religion. Well, wow, that said it all. Let me say that one more time because that is... the facts are that over the course of history of the United States, most of the top businessmen and politicians were secret Gnostics, Freemasons, Rosicrucians, and Magi, initiates into the secret brotherhood that governs the world by magic, working closely with big business, government, and religion. These are the four pillars that govern our modern society. You simply will not reach the pinnacle height of business and society if you are not a member of the highest degrees in these secret societies. In fact, the founder of the USA branch and the first imperator, of the ancient and mystical order of Rosicrucis, from 1915 until 1939, Harvey Spencer Lewis was known as a special friend of big business. Then, of course, it always comes back to The Simpsons. They go on to say, this all reminds me of a cool tune from The Simpsons called the Stonecutter Song. And here's just a couple lines from it, because it's, if this doesn't tell you everything that you need to know. Who controls the British crown? Who keeps the metric system down? We do. We do. Who keeps Atlantis off the maps? Who keeps the Martians under wraps? We do. We do. Who holds back the electric car? Who makes Steve Gutenberg a star? We do. We do. Who robs Cape Fish of their sight? Who rigs our every Oscar night? We do. We do. Anyway. Why does it always go back to The Simpsons? So what do y'all think of that little bit tidbit?
Never watched it.
Well, we haven't watched it. You're right, but we have watched. You have seen like some of the predictions and stuff that they've done, and isn't that weird that it always goes back to some form or fashion to them? Like just everything, anything you want to think about, some way. It goes back. But anyways, that's aside. That's not what we were talking about. I just thought it was interesting that Gnosticism keeps coming up over and over again. So, let me see. You have any questions? Any thoughts? Any?
I had a question, but I forgot it though.
You had a question, but you forgot it.
Mm-hmm.
About Walt Disney? About Gnosticism? I just want to read you this little tidbit on Gnosticism because it seems innocent, because you think, oh, what's the harm in studying? And like I said, even me looking at this stuff, I have to keep myself in check and ask the Lord to keep me in check because I don't want to. You can go down some scary places. So it says Gnosticism is a collection of religious ideas and systems which originated in the 1st century AD among early Christian and Jewish sects. These various groups emphasized personal spiritual knowledge or gnosis over the orthodox teachings, traditions, and authority of the church. Viewing material existence as flawed or evil, Gnostic cosmogony generally presents a distinction between a supreme hidden God and a malevolent lesser divinity, sometimes associated with the I'm not even going to say it, basically the God of the Old Testament. I'm not even going to say that name, associated with evil. Who is responsible for creating the material universe? Gnostics consider the principal element of salvation to be direct knowledge of the supreme divinity. So in other words, their experience. Now listen, this was the key thing. Many Gnostic texts deal not in concepts of sin and repentance, but with illusion and enlightenment.
Illusion and enlightenment?
Have y'all seen anything that has illusion in the title? Not in the title, but like who produced it?
Illumination.
Illumination. Now, I was thinking about that, and I don't know, I have to write it down. But it says Illuminati in it, right? And it sounds like Illuminati on. Like instead of illumination, it's Illuminati on. Like get your Illuminati on.
Really?
But I say that seriously to some degree because isn't in the beginning a light flickering and then it turns on? Illumination, right? The light coming on. Illuminati on. Right? Illuminate. there's a bunch of stuff, and we'll have to do a whole thing on Minions because, wow, there's a lot in there. Do y'all know some stuff?
I guess because they're in the movie Minions, they are start out as a
Well, just any of them. Despicable Me, any of them with illumination.
But and I thought it was weird that they start out as a germ, and then they just grow and then keep growing and expanding.
What does that make you think of? What teaching does that make you think of? Or does it make you think of any teaching? It makes me think of, like, evolution. Right?
Like cloning.
So, what,
Aren't the minions basically clones of themselves?
pretty much, that's what little clones. And they serve their master Gru.
They serve whoever's the most evil is the monster.
Well, there's a lot of Masonic stuff in there. So, they have that little G. That's why I'm saying we'll have to be able to show pictures with this, but I'll just do a couple of them. They have the little G on their chest, and it's supposed to be for Gru, but really, in the Masons, they serve the Great Architect. So they have this big G, right, that they have in a lot of their symbols. So that's what I'm saying. We have to show the symbols together, so everybody can understand and keep on the same page. So the little G supposedly means the Great Architect, and it's not about Gru. Then, besides the like overt, like evil stuff that goes on in that movie, there's a lot of covert evil things that go on that you don't necessarily pick out. So that movie is so layered and complex, but one of the key things is the floor pattern. It's that black and white checkered pattern. And that black and white checkered pattern has ties to masonry. And it's like darkness to light. Like being illuminated. Right? But some weird things that goes on in those movies, and we've talked about this aspect a little bit before, is the bank. Where is it? Underground. Ew.
And their convention is underground.
The conventions are underground. And in The Incredibles.
Underminer.
I am the Underminer.
I declare war and peace. No, I'm always beneath you.
I'm always beneath you, but there's nothing beneath me. Ooh, like when you think of that in light of what we've talked about with tunnels and stuff before, it's a heebie-jeebie. What was the other one that had the bank? There was another one we watched that had a bank. Or something underground.
I'm trying to remember.
It was Despicable Me. And it was Incredibles. And there was something else. There was some movie with funding. And they had to go. But we talked about Tangled the other day. There were some tunnels in that. We'll just have to make a list of the different movies that have tunnels. Like National Treasure. That is full of all kinds of... And that's owned by Disney. So... But I think all that came up as the coin the other day said something about Gnosticism and awakening. And so here it says illusion and enlightenment. So instead of thinking of sin and repentance, it's illusion and enlightenment. I don't like that. That seems wrong.
That's it wrong.
Have y'all seen anything last? Oh, we're going to have to do something tomorrow on this. I'm going to I'll get a list of stuff. Tomorrow we're going to talk about this one good. soy sauce.
He tell us after we're done doing
Not
that.
soy sauce as much as just how many products have soy in it. And like the emasculation of little boys and men. And I think our food, the things in our food, are contributing to some of the issues that we have.
Mental illness.
Mm-hmm. So another thing I want to talk about on tomorrow, and I don't know why I remember this, but when I was in high school, we read Romeo and Juliet, and we read Julius Caesar, and that was the only Shakespeare I think we read. Maybe a little bit of Beowulf, I don't know. But the only one I only remember 2 lines from Julius Caesar. I remember E tu Brute, then fall Caesar. And then I remember Beware of the Ides of March. I don't know why I always remembered it, but the Ides of March means the middle of March, which is March 15th. Well, what month are we in?
March.
What's today?
The 5th.
March 5th. So we have 10 days. I don't know why that's been on my mind. It just like really was on my mind yesterday.
So
Beware the Ides of March. Now, nothing may happen at all. You know, we don't know no date and time and hour. I'm just saying,
keep your eyes
why
peeled.
is that popping up in my head and continuing like over and over again? Beware the Ides of March.
Yeah.
Again, could be absolutely nothing. You know, it probably is absolutely nothing. But just put it out there.
Just beware.
Of the Ides of March. All right, so what do y'all got? Y'all look bored to tears. Y'all don't want to do this?
No. Wait, just trying to comprehend. Yeah.
I know it's a lot, isn't
it? In preparing for the study.
Yeah, it's a lot. And that's what I'm saying. Like some of this stuff you can't go down too much because it'll make you go a little nutty. So I think we'll print off some of these articles and stuff. And I do think tomorrow's video we should also address the pictures that we talked about from Texas, the plants that we talked about the last live, and the archway thing that I was telling y'all about. We'll get those pictures together. I have some articles. I don't know exactly where they are is the problem. So maybe what we'll do is plan when we move to have a really good discussion on that where I can have everything laid out. But in the meantime, tomorrow we'll get the picture for the coin.
Mm-hmm.
We will. What else did I say we were going to do? We'll do the picture of the coin, and we will talk about soy.
No.
And how that's affecting. So one thing I do want to mention. So years ago, do y'all remember I wanted to do a segment called Math with Mom?
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently now, so I want y'all's reaction to this. Apparently now math is racist.
Mm-hmm.
What's your feeling of that?
That
Your face.
that math isn't a race, it's just a thing.
How are people thinking that math is racist? I can't. It's hard enough for me to understand math to begin with, much less how it's
racist.
And so I looked this up because,
I was just thinking that
just trying to figure out where they're coming up with this stuff from. And let me see if I still have it up. I don't know. I looked it up, and apparently Princeton University said that it was racist because they are not. Let me see. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Sorry, y'all. I think it was Princeton University. basically called themselves racist because they weren't considering social issues. But I'm like, how do you call yourself that and then now say the whole entire subject is? One says math is racist. How data is driving inequality. Math is racist. So, let me just see. This is an amazing world we live in. It is literally impossible to find anything that is not considered racist. Whether it's yeah, I got stuck. You know. The only virus known to man that was carefully created by a big Asian country. A big Asian country's mad scientists. To seek out and disproportionately impact black people over whites, or my personal favorite, white fragility, which states that white kids are born racist simply because they were born white. It's been hammered into our heads for many, many years that kids must go to college if they stand a modicum of success in life. Through my own personal experiences, right, let me not read all that. Let me just find out. Math professors at top colleges and universities, including Harvard, University of Illinois, and Brooklyn College, have pontificated about mathematics. That mathematics is rooted in white supremacist patriarchy and white social construct. A professor at Brooklyn College, Lori Rubel, said, "The idea of math being culturally neutral is a myth. Because 2 plus 2 equals 4 reeks of white supremacist patriarchy." Oh my God, I don't understand. After all these years, I thought 2 plus 2 equals 4. Nothing more, nothing less. However, it does beg the question, is math considered non-racist if the mathematical equation were 2 minus 2 equals 0? So this page, so it's a combination of articles. Let's see. Math professors and educators at leading American universities have taken on to Twitter and to debate whether math is racist. And I still don't understand their argument, honestly. I don't get it. Basically, in other words, math being neutral is a myth. I don't get it. And the weird thing about it is like, basically all of algebra that we know of was discovered in Middle East. In the Middle East. I wonder, I don't know, I have to look it up. But algebra, I have to look it up, but I like to look at the roots of words. I think of Algeria. So I'll look and see if it has anything to do with it. I don't know. But I do know that a lot of algebra that we know today, and of course you have Pythagorean and all that, but a lot of the concepts that we know are from the Middle East. So it didn't even come from white people, a lot of it. So I said all that to say really quickly that I always want to do a segment called Math with Mom. And I was going to do a segment called Non-Racist Math with Mom, but I can't put non-racist in the title because then it flags racist. So we're not going to go there. But what I think I will do is Woke Math with Mom. What do y'all think?
Yeah.
Y'all seem really bored to tears. And this is Rosie Teen Talk. And
we're not bored. We're just trying to relax.
Really?
Yeah.
On your live? What?
Process it.
Mm-hmm.
And try to we're processing the information.
So what are you what are your thoughts on Woke Math with Mom? It's gonna be fun. I have some good ideas. Which is probably why I was looking up Dr. Seuss today.
Why? Because he had some good rhymes.
Huh?
Has good rhymes.
No, because they think Dr. Seuss is racist and they want to get rid of all his books. So we're gonna do some fun stuff with Dr. Seuss. We'll make sure we include some
Mr. Potato Head.
Mr. and Mrs. Potato Head, some Aunt Jemima and Mrs. Butterworth.
And Polar Bear.
Oh, Polar Bear. Can't forget that coat.
Makes it less white.
Huh?
Makes it less white.
How do you be less white? It's just so, I don't know. It's so backwards. You know, it's wrong from either side is the whole problem. And so, but definitely white people cannot get away with that. It can get away with that. So, I don't know. But it's from both sides, and it's like, what? But it is the absurdity of the stuff that's coming out lately. The only word I can think of is asinine. We'll go over what asinine means. Gives me a little feeling of a curse word. Without being a curse word. So, what else? Is that all you got?
I don't think it's relevant to anything, but we were looking at eels.
Mm-hmm.
Eels, yeah, that's cool. Tell them about the eels.
Yeah, we last night, Eric was interested in looking at eels. He thought they could power a
Battery.
Yeah, like it uses it as a battery, and go.
The eels electricity. It can produce electricity, but it's only. I was reading some more, and it can only produce a strong electricity, but at a weak pulse. Is that
So
it still stays in a strong vicinity, and it's not going to the weak. So it can't do weak and positive, strong. It only stays in the strong.
okay.
And the
But it uses its voltage to make.
But it said when it was a weaker pulse, they can.
use it as a radar.
That's what I'm saying. They use
It's weird, isn't it?
It can
Detect what?
so it sends out two things to see because they have very poor eyesight. So so that's why you find them in the murky water.
So is it like sonar?
Yeah,
They
it's like
send
a
out-
radar type thing. Because when it zaps something, it can feel the ripple in the water.
Mm-hmm.
Like
But it said the thing that I didn't read the whole article, but the part I read said that when it's a weak pulse, they can use it as radar to detect even the species, whether it's male or female, and something else.
And
if they're upset from the other electric fishes. But so it's not all fish that they can detect the species of. It's other electrified fishes.
Oh.
But that's still weird.
You can determine.
They use the fourth.
Because they said that the electric eel is like a taser, and
I think what we know of electricity is, I think like the average person has no clue what is really going on. You know, there's some constraints that we can learn and understand, but even I think even the average electrician might not understand, because it just doesn't make sense that an electric animal could live in the water.
Mm-hmm.
So there's something else. We'll have to delve into Nikola Tesla one day too. Go ahead.
But the electric eel isn't really an eel; it's a knife fish.
Did they say it was like a snake-like fish or something?
Yeah, but it's a knife fish.
A knife fish.
Yeah. Not
the
an eel.
species is a knife fish, but they just call it like electric eel.
Mm. All right, y'all. Well, we're gonna get off of here in a minute. We are getting ready to do Sabbath services. The sun is almost down, not quite yet. So we'll eat our dinner and do our
Sea boost.
Huh?
That is a sea boost.
Sabbath song. So if y'all, we listen to every Friday night. We'll listen to Joshua Aaron. He's a YouTuber. He lives out in Israel. He has a Sabbath song that the children need to sing each week. It's fun.
Oh, yeah, this is.
We have good discussion. Maybe we can make some notes tonight while we just talk about what went on this week. Because what we're talking about on here is not spiritually what's happened. We'll talk about that maybe tomorrow night. After we get some notes tonight. Because there's some good stuff
Well,
going
I
on.
felt like you said moats. After we get some moats tonight.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Give me Bobby candy.
You want poppy candy?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see about that. I don't know if there's any poppy candy, but that would be the smallest small of them all. So anyway, that is what we have for tonight. We just wanted to pop on and talk about things.
And this has nothing to do with anything, but if we could get a electric eel, we'll call it Dido the torpedo.
You call it what?
Dido the torpedo.
Dido
The torpedo.
torpedo.
Uh-huh. See?
It's funny.
These guys over here. Okay, so we'll we'll come back tomorrow and let you know. But in the meantime, Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Enjoy God's rest.
We made it to
And if you don't know who He is, you better find out
Yeah.
so you can enjoy His rest with us.
You found you made it to another week.
We made it to another week. We'll do a service. We'll do a maybe we'll plan out the next 3. I keep saying this, and we have to do this. We'll plan out the next 3. We're not going to do it today or tomorrow, but we will plan out the next 3 lives, so that one of them we need to talk about what Sabbath is for the Christian, so that we can kind of talk about our questions and maybe answer some people's questions that have anything, any questions on it. Like why does a Christian, are we held to celebrate Sabbath? No, you don't have to, but
it's
it's in the 10 Commandments, so I'm thinking it's pretty important to God. I don't know. We'll talk about it because I can go down a whole nother trail.
Yeah.
So, okay, guys, we will be back tomorrow evening after Sabbath. Y'all enjoy your evening and your weekend, and we'll be back soon.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. It's a small world after all. And don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.